My fellow Cameroonians and lovers of soccer around the world, the green, red, yellow nation of Cameroon is hosting the world and Africa during the 2021 Afcon competition that begins on the 9th of January 2022. And these games will be played in some of the best stadia that Africa has and some of the best in the world. Those who speak truth must always say so. Cameroon has problems, issues like America and every other place, but we are asking the world to come and not be afraid. Cameroon, I believe, and the new president of CAF, the Confederation of African Federation, or the Confederation of African Federation of Soccer, is prepared and preparing for Afcon 2022. Cameroon is Africa in miniature. If you want to visit all of Africa at one go, take your flight from New York or Washington, Seattle in the north, or Los Angeles, or Tulsa, Oklahoma, Baltimore, wherever, London, Paris, and fly to Cameroon. And if you start from Douala, you can easily go down to Boya and to Kumba and to Tiko. From Douala, you can also easily go down to Mbanga, Mungo Division, and from Mbanga you can go to Nkongsamba, and from Nkongsamba you can go to Bafoussam, and then from Bafoussam you can go to Mbunda, and from Mbunda you can go to Bamenda, and from Bamenda you can go to Bali, into Banso and all those places, right? From Douala, you can also, in 3 hours, 4 hours, go to Yaoundé. From Yaoundé, before you go to Yaoundé, you go to Kribi. You can go to Eboloa and all of those places. From Yaoundé, you can take a short flight or the train to the north, far north, Adamawa and those places. And then you will see Africa in miniature, the seas, the Mount Coupe, and the lava producing Mount Coupe. That makes the environment very, very productive because of the volcanic eruption and, the elements which help nourish the earth. And then to Bamenda and the great hills, and go to Womb and you see the Akwo people and the cows, and then the mountains up there in Bamenda and to Mezam, and all those beautiful palaces of the Ngokitunja people and the people of Mbengwi, Imbui, and, lovely. So, the grass fields, the beautiful fields, which they share with the people of Western Province, and then all those beautiful works of arts from the north and all the other places. My dear friends, as you prepare to come to the Cameroons, I want to welcome you on behalf of Health and Development Magazine. We will begin to do some publications and some resources that we'll put out there to tell you about the Cameroon that we know. We know that you've heard about the Anglophone problem and all of that. That's not all about the Anglophones. Anglophones are not Anglophone problems. Anglophones are great people of the Cameroons. They are Anglophones of the Tika original network in the northwest regions, in the grass fields. And they are also the Anglophones of the Sawa coastal people. That's where we talk about the Ambas Bay and the people who have a relationship with those of the littoral dwellers of the coastal regions. You see some beautiful mark dresses from the people of the Tika, of predominantly the northwest western grassfield regions. They are pretty very similar in culture, traditions, and evolution. Yes, with the coming of the English and their first contact with the coastal people, and then moving into the grass field, and then getting to work with these people that similar manner as they administered that part from Nigeria. You hear about Anglo, but the cultures and traditions of the people who speak English in Cameroon is not actually Anglo culture. They are not really Anglophones, because English as a language is just incorporated into their culture. So when you want to know about their dressing, which have nothing to do with England, they didn't come from England, their culture and their traditions, the way their chiefs dress and things like that, they were never made in England. They were always there. Those are not Anglo people. Their food, their timbanambusa, their ekoko, the cookies, and all of those things, and the way that they marry and they bury their people and the rites, they have nothing to do with the English from Germany or the Anglos in England. So how do you get up to call them Anglophones when their culture is not predominantly English culture? So who are they? You can find out when you get to the Cameroons. But I want you to know that some people have made it look as if this green, red, yellow, the green, the yellow, and the red colors of Cameroon are offensive, are to be thrown away. It's not true. There are people who are in the forefront of the problems that they have in Cameroon today. Some of them are Anglophones. Even those who created the problems did so with Francophones who had promised them certain things and offices. People may tell lies today and whatever, but let's not forget that Aidjo made certain promises to the man called Jongo Foncha. And because of that, Foncha followed along. And there are things which he did with the people that the people themselves know. And those things are the roots of some of the problems that they have in the Cameroons today. I'm not going to tell any lies. If you want to kill, I have my body to give you to kill. And then you have only yourself to blame when you go to hell. Let's speak the truth. Let's visit the history. Let's go to the United Nations. Let's ask who represented who in Nigeria. The people, the Tika people of the Northwest were never represented by Francophones or Southwesterners. The same with Southwesterners. So let's not be too haughty about these issues. There are issues which are in America. There are times when I've told people that I just feel like to give up on this America, because I'm very disappointed with a lot of experiences that I've seen, you know, working in the city halls and working with mayors and governors here, being part of, you know, media work for presidential elections and going to all of these places, the United Nations, working in Washington, D.C., and I'm just like, just tired and fed up. I tell a lot of people, the worst houses, the most dilapidated buildings in the world I've seen them in America. And the most beautiful houses I've seen in the world, I've seen them in America. Before I started building in Kumba, I took samples and things from the White House, the Buckingham Palace, because I've been to inside the Buckingham Palace many times. And then there was a time when I was knocking at the wall. I thought everything was gold, but it was made to look like it. So let us be very careful. The problems of Cameroon are actually the making of certain people. There are people who love the problems, even though they keep pretending that, oh, we are going to have a solution. Because while that problem is there, they can deceive other people that, hey, look at them, so I'm working to protect you all with the Francophones, and that's a big lie. And there are also Francophones, Anglophones who are sellers. They started with the days when the whole thing came together. Let us remind you that, as I say, political arrangements on their own, they don't actually give you ownership of lands. You cannot, on the basis of politics, come to my village and begin to say that we own this place. No, you don't own it. We who own the land own the place. And we can tell you to take your political activism out. And you have the right to go. The same with Bakassi and other places. That's why I've been telling people, be careful how you are talking about owning places. You can only talk about ownership as it relates to the land that you actually legally own. If you don't legally own it, political manipulations and whatever doesn't give you right to it. And I'll tell you the truth. You can go there and kill everybody there. Go bring bombs and bomb everybody there and claim it is yours. There will be a time when maps will be brought, real owners will come, and all of that nonsense will go away with you. So, the world is coming to Cameroon during hunger. And it's time that people respect the world. Afcon, and I repeat, Afcon is not Cameroon. Afcon is African Football Federations. And if you begin to say that you are going to bomb a stadium, or bomb a hotel, or kill anybody, woe betide you if you kill any foreigner in Cameroon. Then nobody wants to listen to your stupid whatever. Because the people who protest in America do not carry bombs and guns. They carry placards. They do things which are supposed to conform with the law. There are laws which are put in place or in place to check you. Those laws will be addressed. The world is listening to us. And Afcon is an opportunity for you to prepare your placards. And I speak to you, soldiers and authorities. Every Cameroonian has a right to hold a placard and say, I am Anglophone. I don't like Paul Biya. I don't like Cameroon the way it is. And I want it to go back to the way it was before the Germans came. I want it to go back to the way it was when the Germans were there. I want it to go back to the way it was when the Anglophones and Francophones came together. It is their right. And you have no right to carry any arm or bomb to kill any of them, because if you do so, we will fight you to the last drop of our blood at the United Nations. And to these same people I'm talking about, you have no right to carry any arm or bomb and begin to kill and shoot innocent Francophones or Anglophones, or kidnapping Anglophones to get money, or whatsoever ransom you say you need it for the war. People who don't give you their money don't subscribe to your war, and you cannot subscribe them to your war by force, by kidnapping them, because by doing that, you are taking their money by force and you are getting them involved in that which they don't believe in. It is the right of every human being not to believe in what they believe. It is your right also to believe in what you believe, whether it is called Ambazonia or what, it's your right. As long as that right doesn't impinge, doesn't confront other people, doesn't step on the rights of others, it's your right. I will defend you at the level of the United Nations, Amnesty International, in any part of the world where human rights issues are discussed. There are some rights which are yours, and there are some rights which belong to other people. The right of assembly is your right, as long as it doesn't create illegal problems and doesn't infringe on the rights of others. The rights of assembly of others is